morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And thank you for joining. Hi, Gridiron Girl. Hope you're doing well. And I don't know how well the game went. I need to know. Welcome, everyone else. If you want to let me know who you are and where you hail from, that'll help the old man know what's going on. And yes, I know this high definition camera does me no justice whatsoever. I've been told I have a face for radio, and maybe I should go back to that. But hey, it's all good in the hood. Thank you for joining me. If you want to drop any questions in the chat room or comments, we get to it right now. I'm going to go back to some of the items that I had, but I want to welcome everyone. Today is December 27th, 2025. It is 9:30 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. It is already Sunday morning on the East Coast, and that means it's the 28th over there. So this will be the last dating and relationships for 2025. I have to look at the calendar because I'm going to be gone for about 2 weeks, and I'm expecting to return on air sometime around the 12th of January. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me a little bit. That's a Sunday. So if this program does return as quickly, it'll be the week after that. So it'll be the week after MLK, only because I'm going to be out for a while. But again, let me know who you are and where you hail from. I'm happy to be here. Of course, my name is Roger. I usually go by Don Roger. Oh, hi, Ben. As a matter of fact, I'm going on a cruise. So I'm going down the Mexican Riviera. I will be aboard the Panorama. And I mentioned that last week. But I'm going to be gone the 3rd of April. Tax season. I'm already thinking about that. I'm going to be gone January 3rd, and I'm going to be back around the 11th. But it takes up both weekends. That's why I'm going to be gone for at least 2 full weeks. But I am looking forward to that, and we'll see. I am excited about it. I have a travel companion. Yes. In old man's fantasies, Ben. Old man's fantasies. I've known her for about 13 years. She's a client, and I've asked many people to go with me, believe it or not, on a cruise, and she's the only one that actually said yes. So I am looking forward to it, and we'll see. I want to give quick shout outs. I want to remind everyone, if you can, please give a like, and I want to welcome Ben. Oh, stop it, dude. Stop it. Diana Velasquez Luna. How you doing, Diana? So thank you for that. And also a like from Sonia Robles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone, if you have a chance, please. Oh, no, not question answer yet. Actually, that one will be in effect. But I do ask that, if you don't mind, like and subscribe, both on YouTube and on Facebook, and everything and anything else that you can think of. So I am going on an 8-day, so I am really looking forward to that. I know that, like I said, I've known her for 13 years. I'm seeing her as a travel companion, and tentatively, we already have several other trips planned moving forward. So we'll see if we can tolerate each other for 8 days. I think I have my travel companion, which I'm really excited about that. So we'll see. Yeah, it's kind of cool. As we end the year, we're going to be talking about some of the holiday Christmas lines, pickup lines, which I have a whole bunch of them. There's funny ones, and there's holiday flirting, and pickup lines that you should use during the holidays. Some of them are Reader's Digest. And then I'm going to talk about signs of what is going on. I went with my daughter to Barnes and Noble today, and I think I'm exuding that confidence that I haven't had in like forever. And several girls, okay, if you've been into a Barnes and Noble in the United States, you know it's a bookstore, but a lot of them have cafes. And in this one, the one in Montclair, that's where we are bibliophiles. It has a rather large cafe, and there's, I don't know, 6 center tables that can sit, I don't know, 4 to 6 people. And then you have the 2-person tables on both sides. And there was a lot of room. And someone did catch my eye tonight. I did not get a chance to speak to the person, but I was, hi, John. I don't know. I don't know. I've on a spank a lot. Oh, yes. And no, she is not. She is not overweight, and she is. There's just a significant age difference. That's what I've talked about. There is. I'm very particular, guys and girls. I've talked about I'm looking for a real person. I am not looking for someone that is overweight. Obviously, that is. It's not because my significant other was. She struggled with her weight, but a lot of it was due to her health. But when she wanted out of the relationship, I was done. I'm done. I know she has mental issues, and I'm still going to more than likely provide care for her. We were married for 31 years after all. So, I'm going to have that still, but we'll see. If you're paying for the cruise in this day and age, why isn't she? Okay, first, whoa, okay. Thank you. I guess I come from a different age. And I also come from a different way of thinking. I am genuinely looking for a travel companion. This one is way, the age difference is significance. I am not expecting it. I'm not looking for anything right now as far as this trip. I am looking, for God's sakes, is she eye candy? Oh, for the love of God, yes. She can be my wingman when we go to bars and stuff and things like that. I mean, that works because that if you go with someone to a bar, to a nightclub, I don't know if the nightclubs even still exist in the way, but if you have a girl that's with you, another girl is going to see that and say, okay, well, he's able to spend time with someone, and that works for you. So having a wing girl is not a bad thing. Hi, Patricia. How you doing? I have an international audience. Well, that is something that is way, way beyond me right now. So I understand that. I don't speak the language yet. And right now, I am just happy that I have a travel companion. I've been looking at this for a long time. And I want to welcome, I want to welcome John. Thank you for this. Let me give you the welcome right there. Thank you, John, for joining us. Also, for Paddle Fool. That is really kind of cool. Welcome. And of course, Patricia as well. Thank you. So, if you guys want to join me live, you're more than welcome if you want to talk about stuff. But I feel that my confidence level has gone up. I no. And I wasn't even thinking about it because here's the way it works. There are cruise ships where you can buy single person. I got to get rid of that. Sorry. Okay. Where you can have single person rooms. But on the ship that I'm on, it doesn't have it. And I've cruised alone before where I have been in a 2-person room. And I've asked people if they've wanted to go. And, I just drop it in and say, hey, I'm paying for double occupancy, duh, and this, whatever. And I've asked, and they've said no. First, they think I'm kidding. So the way it works is I'm going on Panorama for an 8-day cruise, and it cost me as a single individual, I had to pay for both. So it's about $600 a a person. So it comes out to $1,200 for 2 people. But that includes the port fees and taxes and a few other items. If you don't have that other passenger, you're just paying the double occupancy. For me, an 8-day cruise in the Panorama up on deck 11 where I'm at, which is in the sauna section, only cost me $1,000. So adding her or a companion only cost me another $177. And I said, hey, it's already paid for. It's done. She said yes. I was like, wow, awesome, great. She herself has purchased other items for us on the cruise, which I was not expecting. I wasn't requiring it. I'm like, look, I'm paying for a second spot. Do you want to go? And guys, I think that's what it was. There was no ulterior motive. It was, I'm going on a cruise and I have extra space. Do you want to go? And she said yes. I was turned down by about 6 other people, and I was stunned. I was genuinely stunned that she said yes, and I'm really excited about that because moving forward, I see her as a travel companion as well. I really want to get out into the world more. I've retired from my regular job. I left my job of 33 years, and I took the small pension that came with it. And I am now just a tax preparer. So I'm about to get super busy, and I am doing just fine. So I can get away with it, for lack of a better. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It may be a little uncomfortable. I don't know. I want to welcome Jay Simmons. Thank you, Jay. I don't know what sort of Okay, I got a like reaction from Jay, Diana, and Gridiron Girl. And then I got a ha-ha from Patricia. So I appreciate that. Well, Patricia, this is not going to be my first trip. I do want to go north. I want to go to Alaska. I want to take that 7 to 14-day cruise. But guys, I'm 56 years old. I want to travel. Thank you, Ben. I have been a tax preparer for 38 years. In a week, I will start my 39th year of doing taxes. So I had 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs throughout my entire life, all at the same time. I'm done. I've reached a point, thank goodness. I have more than 500 clients, and I am able to do okay. And I can get away with working 2.5 months. So what I did is I basically traded a 12-month job for a 2.5-month job. And I retired early. And I'm really happy about that. I'm excited about it. So thank you. Thank you. So I want to travel because I don't think I'm going to stay here in Southern California. So I already went to Texas in the summer. I went to Seattle. I've already been to Alaska. I don't know if I could handle the 6 months of cabin fever, but be it as it may, I would consider a northern climb area. I actually want to visit with Patricia one of these days. I'm possibly in 2026 or 2027. Patricia, I was actually debating sometime in October, November. I wanted to fly up. There's no direct flights to Edmonton, though. And it was like an 18-hour trip. And when I saw all the variations, I was like, oh, I don't think I want to do that. But I wanted to go before it got very cold. So anyway, I want to go places because I don't think we're going to stay here in Southern California. I have one more move left in me. And I want to see where I may move. I could be overseas. Guys, let me tell you, girls, south of the border, $350 a month, beachfront property, 3-4 bedroom house. What the hell are we doing here? Since I have a job or my work where 60% of my clients are already video based, Google Talk, FaceTime, whatever, I can do that from anywhere in the world. And that is my plan. I figure I might have to fly in a few times because I have clients that are not technically inclined, and I have an office location which I would be able to use. So I've thought it through. Or at the worst, I just, you know, rent out a place here in Southern California. But I have clients around the world. I have clients in Japan, Guam, New Zealand, Nicaragua, Mexico. The one in the United Kingdom moved. They came to the United States of all places. Nigeria, Italy, Spain. Where else? Yeah, I think that's it. But I'm adding all the time, so but that's enough about me right now. What you waiting for then? Your pension would usually cover the $350 a month. What am I waiting for? I have just I officially retired in June, and well, that's another thing. She doesn't have to stay with me. She doesn't. I just have, guys, I made a promise. And that's what I was talking about being my thinking. I made a promise, and even though she wanted out of the relationship. That's fine, but in bed, in good, sickness and in health and all that stuff, she's not well. So I will still provide for her, but I can still do that and live the life that I want to live. So I can still do that. So that's the least of my worries. Still, I believe the confidence that I was talking about a few minutes ago is something that I see the new year coming in, and I want to do a lot of stuff. Pretty smart there, Ben. I'm not prepared to answer all the technical stuff on air, but I mean, I can only tell you from a legal standpoint, it's over, and I'll leave it at that. That's why I have a clean conscience, but I'm not prepared to answer everything on air. So it wasn't my choice. Hey, it wasn't, but I'm still able to provide for her, and I'm still going to do that, and I'm not going to throw her to the curb. Ooh. Ben, you got some good stuff going on there. So I will speak to people during appointments and stuff, and I'll tell them, but I'm not going to, do all of this on air. Okay, I will tell you this. In many ways, she's still a good person. In many ways, it's over between us. She didn't want very much, so she didn't hang me out to dry. When I pass, she gets my pension. She will have medical coverage, everything for the rest of her life. So I did my duty. I did what was required, and I'm good with it, and I'm now moving on. And she has said some things to me that, like I said, it's done. She gave me two children, and for 26 years she did everything for us. She did. She would wake up in the morning, prepare my breakfast, and I would get home. Dinner was always waiting for me. She maintained the house, did my clothes, did everything, and she did it without asking. She did it. She did not have a job per se that paid her, but she did everything that a traditional spouse would do, and I benefited from that. That's why I worked 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs. When I was driving before COVID, when I was driving for Uber and Lyft, I would take a nap at noon on Saturday. And then at 4:00, I would wake up to get ready, 4:00 in the afternoon. And I would, do what we have to do to get ready because I would start driving at 5 p.m. and go to 3 a.m. once a week, Saturday nights. And before COVID, I would earn anywhere between $275 and $600 a night. It was unreal. It was good money. Oh, damn good money, guys. That was take home. But now to earn that is almost impossible. You've got to work 18 hours a day, and those numbers are just not attainable anymore. So I enjoyed driving while I could, and one of the best things I did is I paid off my car, my Versa. That car gave me 200,000 miles in 10 years, and I was thankful. I paid it off in a year and a half because I was earning so much. And the memories that I have is, for those of you that have been to Southern California, I would finish at 3 a.m. or thereabouts. So she would call me. She was still awake at 3 in the morning. And she would ask, "Are you coming home?" That was my signal. I'm on my way home. And I would rush to get home wherever I was, because Southern California was immense. I could be at the border. I am looking kind of towards downtown LA. So East Coast is behind me. And I would rush home, pick up my daughter, and we would go to the King Taco on Mountain in Ontario. And as long as we got there by 4 a.m., they would still serve us. And those are the memories that I had for 10 years driving, that we would have a meal together. My wife would clean the car while I was taking a nap from 12 to 4 a.m. or 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. She would clean the car, and she did it once a week. And the car was spotless because of her. Not because of me, but because of her. And then I would get ready at 4 o'clock, and then dinner was ready to go. So I was eternally grateful. And she did all of that without me asking. So even though it's over between us, and now that she's ill, she has schizophrenia, I can't kick her to the curb. I won't. So, but it is what it is. So you know a little bit more about me, guys. If I hadn't said it already, I miss the relationship I had with her. People accused me of, "Oh, well, you saw it coming." No, I didn't. I was naive. I didn't see it coming. Thank you, Patricia and John. I'm just trying to do right by her and by everyone else. Hey, guys, that's why I'm here right now, because we're having a conversation to learn from each other. And maybe it's about relationships. I mean, that relationship burnt out. I failed at it. And when she asked for the divorce in October of 2019, my theme was, now you want out? Now that I'm genuinely starting to earn money, now you want out? It wasn't about money. So my daughters are grown up. That's how I'm gonna answer that. They are grown up. So Hi, John. Cliff Zier, right? Is that who you're talking about? Yeah. If it is Zier, Cliff Zier, yes, I do. I knew. Unless it's another Cliff. Please enlighten me. But yeah. We found out the hard way, John. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say I'm that well off. I am not, by any sense of the word, but I could leave this house right now and still pay. Right here. I support my family. Yes, I am ignorant when it comes to that, but one of them is returning to school, and they're going to be doing what they need to do. No, John. We read somewhere that he passed away. not in 2025, but in 2024. I tried calling him. The number did not go through, or the call did not go through, and he didn't respond on the other means through Facebook and everything else. We read somewhere on his Facebook page, and I apologize, folks, to be going off on a tangent, but I knew Cliff since about 2009, and he was on the network with us for the longest. Yeah, I believe someone posted on his page. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna switch over to his page right now, John, just because. On June 5th, 2024, Diane Shazar said, "Rest in peace, sweet soul." So the last time I spoke to him was either early 2024 or late 2023. So I'm sorry, John, to be the one to tell you, but yes. Patricia says, my son has autism. When he was 3, he started to self-abuse. He would punch himself in the head. We bought a hockey helmet for him so he couldn't injure himself. Fortunately, the Children's Aid Society sent someone to teach us behavioral technology. It took 2 years to teach him to stop hurting himself. Well, Patricia, I believe you know, not the daughter that you met. That was my youngest, Chimo, when we met over by LAX. And I still think of that day fondly. That was a great day, Patricia. My older daughter has autism. John, it's not a downer. We had to work through it. And I miss him. I miss him a lot. And it was very difficult for him at the very end. Patricia was helping us out years ago when NDB Media was starting out, because she is very active in the internet world as well. And she was coming down to Los Angeles, and she was going to interview someone from Battlestar Galactica. I forget the individual's name. And she said, Roger, obviously she's Canadian. She's a knucklehead. And her query was much more polite than what I'm about to say. But her query was, get your ass out of here. I will not stop caring for them, Ben. I will not. I will never leave them, but the reality is I'm eventually going to leave this world. So I am preparing for them to have their own place, their own means, to take care of themselves moving forward. And hopefully I will still be able to provide for them even after my passing. But yes, it is very difficult for me to know the situation. I'm never going to abandon them. Hell no. I will. No. My older daughter cannot make it on her own. And my ex has schizophrenia. She may be able to, she may be able to not. But I feel bad because it's going to fall onto my youngest. But I am now taking steps to take care of them moving forward. So that's why I am now doing this. I'm not going to tell you the most obvious thing that, I miss companionship. I do. I genuinely do. But for me, companionship is not only physical, it's mental. I miss having the opportunity to speak to someone, to spend time with them, to go and I struggled during COVID. I talked about having adult dates, going out, and I did during COVID. And I want to do that now. I don't know where my life is going to go, but I may be going overseas, and I did not know that. Will they go with me? I don't know. I can go to Spain, survive on $2,000 a month, easy. I'm like, oh, hey, no problem. Panama, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Peru, Chile. Peru, I believe, has an authoritarian government right now, but yes, it's going to be very hard. But like I say, this is where I'm at temporarily right now, and I am looking to get out of it. I am not going to be here forever. That's another thing. I will always pay for them to have a place. I'm not going to stay with them forever either. So, but I want my own place. I want to live my own life, and that's why I started doing this program. It's the most embarrassing thing to be 55 and 56. But this is how dumb I am, Ben and everyone else. I told you what happened. My mother passed away in August. On August 23rd. I had known about it for 3 to 4 months in advance. So I had to deal with it. And when it finally happened, I went on a cruise on the 26th. I went on a 5-day cruise, the loneliest cruise of my life. 6,000 people. And I was mourning. I don't know the vibe I was giving off. But I have a tortured psyche. So there were people in the atrium of the Firenze. It was this ship in August. That it's kind of like a bar setting. It's open air and stuff. I had people that would sit in front of me, flat out sit in front of me. And the body language was there. They were facing me direct. They were open, no arms crossed, looking over. And do you know what I was thinking? No way. No way. Way too attractive. And there's no way they could be interested. That's the psyche that I had to suffer through. But also, I was mourning the passing of my mother as well. Thank you, John. It is. It is. My connection to this world has been forever severed. We lose our connection to the world when we lose our mamas. And I'm probably going to do a eulogy now that I think about it. But my mother gave me my love of baseball. My father played sports with me. He was a baseball man as well. Provided for me, did everything for us. And but he also left. He left the family for someone else. And he divorced my mother. I was 25, 26 when that happened. I wasn't a kid. But I saw what he did. When my mother became ill, he bailed. I swore never to do the same thing. That's why I will never leave, even though it's over between us. And I make this gestures because I'm out in my garage in my office. They're indoors. So that's why I'm spatially oriented. So that's why, guys, I'm not looking for a relationship per se. Right now, I'm looking for a travel companion because I'm taking steps to separate myself, to be completely on my own. And I'm not sure it'll be difficult to date if you're upfront and just telling that for now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to just going out on dates, guys, believe it or not. And I did this because I wanted to know from other people if they had ideas how to go about it, because I'm 56. I'm getting back in this game and it is so frightening, but I want to do it. And I remember being on Blog Talk Radio when they would have these conversations about relationships. Man, they were happening. There was a lot of people. There were hundreds, if not thousands, on those programs. Don't get me wrong. I would hope to have a conversation like this. But look, a year ago, I had 2 people in these programs, and now I have 6 that are talking with me right now. And it's even more and more and more. So it's really not about me, other than if you can learn my mistakes and you can avoid them. I am more confident now than I have been, and I know it. When I went to Alaska in 2022, it changed my life, seeing the world, and I had that. And I had it for almost an entire year, which was great. Paddleful says that doesn't sound realistic. You can be on your own. Too many dependents. You ain't rich. How can you support them and go off on your own? Let's just say that I can afford to do so. I am not a person of means. You see my office, which I'm embarrassed about right now, but it's got to be ready to go in about a week and a half. I have 500 clients. I can do whatever I want within reason. I cannot look. If I went to Ontario Airport right now, I could pick a flight and go. Do I want to go first class? Yes. Will I? Probably not. But I can and I do. But it's not about having that. It's about having freedom. And I've worked it. Oh my God, Patricia, I talked about that. I talked about my brand new computer. Okay. I'm going to be doing taxes on this beautiful, monstrous game machine. Spent $1,700 on this rig. And I compared it. I said, for me to do taxes on this computer is like me buying a Lambo to drive my daughter a block to school. That's funny that you said that. But no, look, could I buy a Lambo right? No. Could I buy a Tesla truck? No, for 2 reasons. But the no covers both. Could I buy a Suburban or a truck? Yes, I could. But it's not what I need to do. I have to plan my life because I only work 2.5 months of the year now. That's it. And guys, I'm not well off, but I'm not struggling. Let me tell you, 2 years ago, things were ugly. And part of it was because of health issues in the family and stuff. 2023 and early 2024 were very difficult for me. And I was adjusting to my new normal, and it was very difficult. But I was able to work past it. And now I am confidently wanting to get out. And that's what this program was about. And I'm sorry that I keep talking about myself. I'm boring the crap out of all of you. I appreciate your comments, guys. I really do. Because I do have to think about it. I mean, don't be a fool, dude. You've got dependents. Let's be real. Well, yes, I do. But I'm not going to have to stay with them. I know with the going rate for tax, you can live very comfortably for the year, what you would make in 2.5 months. Yeah. And John, I don't charge very much. So I have to hustle quite a bit. So yes, I think I'm a good person. If you visit my website, you look at the prices, most people know that I don't even charge that. But yes, my secret in my business is the people that are recommended to me. I thank them if they recommend someone else to me. What I do is I give them 10%. So look, say a simple return, $100 to $150. Don't laugh at me. I don't want to talk about, a simple return, $100 to $150. 38 years of experience, baby. That's what I charge them. Probably about $100 if they come recommended. But now, if they recommend someone to me that has a property, that has a rental, a business, that's $500, $700, $800. I will give them 10% of that fee when the client, pays. No, not even close. Not even close. It's about 50% because I left early. See, that's another thing, guys. Time. And I didn't expect this to be a financial program, but since I have you guys here, you have to plan for the future. It doesn't matter if you put $10 aside or 25 a month. You need to put something aside because what all of you have is time. Time is that immutable friend so that we could plan for the future. I always said that if I got 50% of my salary, I'd be out. And I am. I'm out. But am I getting the full fit? No, I'm not. Because I chose different medical plans. But the point is, if I would have stayed to 65, another 8 years, guys, I would probably be taking home 80% of my salary. So people are laughing at me saying, that's a mistake. I said, yeah, you know what it is. But this is my life with that job. Okay. My life was waking up at 4 o'clock, leaving the house at 4:30, getting to work at 5:15, starting work at 6 and working at 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. It takes me an hour and a half to get home. 6 o'clock. During tax season, I meet with clients from 6 to 10, and I do it all over again. I did that for 33 years. I spent 2.5 hours a day traveling. I'm out. I'm done. I want to go to Cusco, Machu Picchu, while I can still climb. I don't want to be 67 and physically unable to do stuff. And that's why. How much should you save to retire early? Okay. If you could put 25% of your earnings, dude, you can retire early. It really isn't how much you save. And we are becoming a financial program tonight, which I'm going to get away from it. Guys, join me, Jedi Tax Online. Find me, Jedi Tax. I do videos like this. It's carrying debt. What amount should you have? You need to contact me. We can talk about this. Or meet me on Jedi Tax Online. I'm going to do one in early January on what you need to retire. It's not the amount of money. It's making sure you kill off your debt. So you need to plan what you want to do. It doesn't matter how much money you have saved if you're still carrying debt. The only good debt is house debt. Okay? Because that's cheap money. But beyond that, credit card debt, no. Pay for it in cash. Or use a credit card to pay for it and then pay that bill right away. That way you earn money and they pay you. But it's very difficult to do that. So I can't tell you. Paddle, guys, here's my website. This is funny. I help people control their lives. You know what? I don't have it. I don't have it. This is because you know what? I really don't like to advertise it. But this is my website. I'm going to create one right now. This is funny. I can't believe I'm actually doing this at the moment. So I'm going to create a banner, www.jedi.tax. I'm not kidding. That is my website. So there it is. Guys, I love to help people. We can talk about that stuff. 24%, that's a killer. We can plan things on to get you out of debt, making the same amount of payments and stuff. It depends on the complexity. But Paddle, keep a note of this. I'm willing to offer everyone. It doesn't matter what I charge on my website. It's really based on the amount of work. Could I charge you? It's very possible. Yeah, it is. I don't know how complex. I did say for a simple return, but I am always looking to add clients. So realistically, yeah, check me out at Jedi.tax. I will give discounts on my rates. But if you want to have money to go out with people, dude, get a hold of me. Seriously. You can go to the website right now and set up an appointment and mention that we had this conversation. Anyone who's here, if you want a good rate, dude, yeah, that's about it. Yeah. And the website has it at 175, but knowing that for a simple return, it will be cheaper. I could, for you guys, the special, yes, it'd be $100. But you're like, man, that's too much. Yeah, you get 38 years of experience. So, paddle, we can work on that, man. And we have to create money. And do I have my affairs in order? I'm still working on it, but I'm paying off debt now. Look, I had an illness, guys. I had serious issues. I was done. I'm tired. I have 3 discs protruding. So there were reasons why I had to leave as well. I couldn't stand it anymore. So I did leave as a snap judgment, but I'm going to be out of debt completely by the end of April. But I'm able to do so. But I've worked at it for a long time. At your age, debt's the killer. John, yes, credit cards could be a good thing if not abused for free points, and also an occasional credit card churn for more points. Hell yeah! You don't want to date women who are after money. Been there, done that, and only leads to frustration. Yes. Yes, Patricia. Yes, you should. And I will be able to I have a client from Canada who lives in San Diego. That one was a tough one. And I'm not going to say anything else. How much did I charge that client? I'm going to charge them $100. They worked for, oh, I have to be very careful about that. Okay. No names. That client was about $700. But that was a complex return. So, guys, what if we work on this dating and relationships, but I also help you guys to get your stuff in order? And I'll do it without charging you guys. I do videos. I have plans to get stuff. And look, if you're paying on 24% credit cards right now, well, you can transfer balances to cards for 18 months that won't charge you, and you can still make the same payments, but it will kill your debt off. And that's what I talk about. There are so many things that you can do by just changing your concept or what you do. I know a lot of you are way too young for this, but when Ross Perot ran for president back in 1992, everyone was pissed off and jealous because the guy earned $1 billion and didn't pay taxes on it. In the United States, do you know how to do that today? You buy state, county, city, municipal debt. All that interest that they pay you is tax-free on the state and federal level. He just had all of it invested in huge amounts. You can do that too. That's Jedi Tax online. So, guys, I go to restaurants and, well, it is within your means. It is. But I get people out of spots as well. Guys, it's tough. We live in a materialistic society. It is very difficult. I had to learn how to live. Yes, they will. I have been burned in the last year. I am male. I am Latin. So I pay for everything. just because. Just drive it into Cyprus and government can't touch it. There are things that I'm willing to talk about on those programs, but not on this one. See, I got all serious. I removed my spectacles. I love to help people, guys. And it's just how you spend your money. And if you carry debt, so we got to, Patricia, we just got to schedule the flights properly. Not drove, hide it. Autocorrect is dumb. So I love to help people. If you help people, good things come to you. And I've had, John said, stay within your means. There's so many people in the United States that don't. Do you guys know that 75% of American households do not have $400 emergency cash? If I have a client like that, I get them out of there. So I've known Patricia for a little bit. I have. I think since 2009. I don't think it was 2008 when we started. So, what do you think? I'm going to say no? I'm willing to meet with everyone and anyone. That's the thing. I've been asked on air. I've been asked my type and whatever. And a lot of women that were visiting with me last year said, oh, well, you don't like this, this, and this. No, I don't. I'm not going to BS. All right, Ben. Meet me over at Jedi.tax on my programs, and we'll come up with a plan to make sure that you start. See, I'm not being shy, Paddle, John, Ben, and Patricia, when it comes to the money stuff, lethal. I'm not. You have to tailor it to the individual. I can't just say, do this, because it's no. Having a mentor, having a coach helps, and I'm willing to do that. I try to help people as best I can. Okay. What type of dinner date, Ben? Are you talking about a nice restaurant? 2 years ago, I couldn't go to a steak restaurant because of things that were going on. Now, I can take out an entire party. I took out my classmates a month ago. I've tried, Patricia, and I just advise people and they become my clients, and that's where I do very well. My parents are old enough where life was cheaper. They were able to invest and they did well. If I'm ever in a bind, my mom was always willing to help. That's awesome, Lethal. I hope to be that way for my daughters as well. I believe I am doing that right now. But that's the financial side of it. I don't wear rings. I don't wear anything that gives stuff away because I'm not that. I live a Spartan lifestyle. So I'm able to spend on things on traveling, which is what I want to do. Okay, Ben, since this is becoming a financial thing, which will lead to relationships, let me tell you why I'm doing okay. I drove an hour and a half home and an hour going, 2.5 hours a day. I don't spend on gas anymore. I don't spend on repairs. I don't spend as much on maintenance. I drive maybe 7,000 miles now. I used to drive 40,000 a year, if not more. Repairs of tires, fuel pumps, everything. Money for breakfast, money for lunch, money on clothes. I got a raise the moment I stopped going to work. I use a program called Quicken. Quicken allows me to see where I'm at brutally and honestly and disgustingly. I follow all of that and I see where my money is. And I see how much is going to my debt, how much is going to my stuff. You would be surprised to learn where your money goes. And once you actually see it, that's how you make the decision. to change your life. And that's what I talked about on my financial program. That's what I do. I splurge on hockey jerseys. Currently, I have 56 of them. But that's my one vice. I don't spend money frivolously otherwise. I used to. I did. Guys, I had my side business, and I had a job that paid me $75,000 a year. I was earning a lot of money, but I was never home. And look at what not being at home led to. My relationship ended because I worked all the time. And remember when I said my words to her was, now that I'm really starting to earn a lot of money, now you want out? Being able to take care of your house, your financial house, will lead you to doing well. Unfortunately, Paddle, I do. That's one of my vices. I go out a lot. My staff that work for me, I go out a lot with them. I spend it on food like there's no tomorrow. I like to go out. That is one of my vices. But I've learned to change that because I'm seeing how much I'm spending. It is disgusting for me that I spend so much. Well, your wife is still living off, so nothing's really changed for her, right? She has a roof over her head. She has food. She has healthcare coverage. She has a retirement plan. She's probably doing better than I am. I do worry about them when I'm gone. But I also wanted to take stress away from me by leaving my job early. Guys, I threw $75,000 away a year working. And not only that, I threw away 2 weeks of sick, 5 weeks of vacation, all holidays, and a retirement plan. I let it go. Why? Because I'm pretty much earning in 2.5 months what I earned in 12 months over there. That's what I did. I traded a 12-month job for a 2.5-month job. But I spend less. I mean, God, my commute is 47 seconds. I walk outside. I walk up the little walkway in my home to get inside. That's my commute now, 47 seconds. I feel better. My stress level is down. There's more money in my pocket. And that's what I talk about when I talk about financial planning. It's not about how much you earn. It's the debt that you carry and how you spend it. Thank you, John. I am in my... Oh, I don't have it right now. Congratulations, John. But you probably retired completely. I still work 2.5 months. Actually, I work all year, but I work on my terms. Do you know what my schedule is in the off season? Wednesday night, 4:30 to 9. Thursday night, 4:30 to 9. Friday, 12 to 6. That's it. After April 15th, that's my schedule. And if a client doesn't schedule an appointment, there's nothing for me to do. I'm 56. I am a greeter at Walmart. So, do I get bored? No. I'm on air a lot. And I try to help people. And my thing is to travel, guys. That's why if we're looking for a relationship, how do you get there? And number one, it starts by feeling healthy yourself. And if you say you don't have money right now, you need to find out where it's going first and how it's going. If you have 5% of your check going to debt or 10%, fine, you need to know how much it is. But you need to look at the numbers. And then you start going after the debt. But you heal thyself first. You love yourself first. And you guys can take that however you want. but you pay yourself first. You put money aside to your retirement, and you also put money aside that will be yours for the week, the month, whatever, before you pay your utilities. You have to watch where it goes. It does. I avoid trusts because you got to dot every I, cross every T. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now, I also had a 457 plan, which is a government version of the 401k, which is not unlike the Roth that Letho has. I'm not trying to tell you how much to put in, what the number is, because you want to know what your goals are. I have cut down my expenses so that I can go out. But I love going out with people, period. I'd recommend going out places and making small talk with women who are also on their own. If you hit it off, invite them for coffee. See, Patricia, thank you. Now, here's the thing, and that's why I'm doing this program, because I have a tortured psyche. I've been ridiculed my entire life due to my appearance. It is what it is. I'm not asking for any support. I'm past that. I had a mama that told me, I jokingly asked her, what the hell happened? What happened that night? Who was angry? My father, for those of you that are in the Latin world and would know, is a Pedro Infante lookalike, one of Mexico's most glamorous, attractive individuals. That was my father, a Pedro Infante lookalike. My mother, oh my God. I'm like, well, I was adopted. Or someone was pissed that night. And I look at my sisters, my brother who passed away. They're very attractive. My brother, my older sister, my dad had green eyes. What the hell happened? I got gypped. All my entire life, I've been put down due to my appearance. I'm past that. I don't care anymore because I learned that I intimidated people and people would ridicule me because that's all they had. And once I was able to get past that, I was able to go out more often. I have asked girls out, and I've been told no, and it's crushing. It's difficult. So, the programs that I did a few weeks ago about what are the signs, because I actually went to my dental office the other day, and I joked with the young lady who runs the front. Oh my God, I think she's 21, 22. Oh man, she's cute. She is attractive. And she's afraid to ask out someone that comes to the office. And she has shared a lot with me, and I talked to her a bit. And I reminded her, I said, did you think that maybe he feels the same way as you? And the light went on. And I've learned that the same fears that I have, they have as well. But I will almost rarely never make the first move. I am looking for signs. I am oblivious because I'm not always looking. I have I'm always busy doing something. I'm a frustrated writer, so I'm always writing or I'm reading. And now that I'm retired on my own and doing this, I read. Scotty, the technical manuals. Here's the Kiplinger's retirement report. I have other reports that I read regularly. Believe it or not, there's a lot of stuff in Consumer Reports that I read. But, oh man, I didn't open this one? So they sent me two of them. Tax Pro. I haven't opened this one yet. There's another magazine that I read, Foreign Affairs. So I read a lot. And when I go out with my daughter to Barnes and Noble, I'm like this. So I talked about last week, 3 is the charm. When you see someone and they make eye contact and they hold it for a little bit or they look away, fine. But if you see them again and even a third one, then it's like there's something there and it's worthy of going up to that. And I apologize. Oh, Lethal. Yeah, that question's for you, Lethal. Let me see. Think of yourself as an actor. They get rejected all the time. They brush it off because it's part of their job. It's talking to ladies and inviting them for coffee is part of your job. I never thought of that. I did not think about that. Because when I go out, I do have a persona. You're going to laugh, Patricia, but when I stand in public, I don't think it's going to show forth in the video, but Jonathan Frakes, the way he has a particular way of standing. Jonathan Frakes, I stand the exact same way. A little bit up, a little puffy, stand here, and I'm leaning on one leg. So it's funny you would say that. I adopt themes that I see both in television, movies, and in real life. There was a supervisor that I had years ago. Sorry, folks, don't want to scare you. He used to put his pen, instead of putting it in his pocket, he would use, put it right here on his shirt. I'm like, that's great. It's in a great spot. And you always feel the pin there, so you have it. I advise people to have a good pin. This was from my tax conference that I went to in June in Vegas. And it's a good pin. Oh, look. Here's my Pro Stylus 2, the box. Because I try to write, I use my iPad. And this is my pin. There it is. That's my baby. I have a cross pin. Because it meant a lot when I would reach across the table and have the client sign. They don't sign anymore. It's all digital. But I have that pin. You see, look, I have 2 of them. These are nice pins. They go about $20 each. That's my vice. This is one of my favorite pencils. It's a shaker pencil. This is a $10 pencil. Yeah. I unfortunately spend on that stuff here. Here's my letter opener. It's purple because of Jedi Tax, because of Mace Windu. So, but I definitely got off topic on that one. I do want to say, what's this one? In my group of guy friends, I only know one who can go up to a woman. He doesn't know. You see, that is tough. It is very tough. If I'm in public and I'm doing it now, like I went to get my shots, my flu shot in October, and I saw the young lady coming over, and she had an appointment, which was earlier than me, but I arrived earlier. And I made the joke. I said, another poor soul coming to get a shot. And she was a lot younger than I am. But she answered back. And we weren't being flirty, but I started talking to her. So, Patricia, you are so right. You need to make contact. When I was on the cruise in August, I don't know the vibe I was getting. But my psyche was so hurt. And my mother passed away. It's probably the worst thing I could have done was to go on that cruise, and I regretted it. But I also needed to get away. And it served as I went to Ensenada. I went to the cathedral there because I know my mother had been there. My mother used to like visiting cathedrals and small out-of-the-way churches. And I started to follow her route. And after 2 places, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not ready for this. But I did that. And I made peace with her passing a few days before the services, which were in October. I know, August, October. Ugh. It was a celebration of life. She was cremated. And services were on a Friday, and I made peace with her on a Wednesday. And it was right outside here due to the weather. I saw a planetary conjunction. It's like 4 of them. It's very difficult, but I made peace at the time. So, but when I was on the cruise, people talked to me. They talked to me. I am intimidated. And I have had older women talk to me regularly. They'll come up and say, hi, how you doing? And it's like, oh my God. It's like, what do you do? What do you say? And I respond. I'm friendly, I believe, as can be. But I don't know. It's a little strange, a little odd too. So when I've been on a ship, I've now gone once alone. I've always been with someone. But I was going to travel alone in January, but I'm going with 2 friends. They're in their own cabin, and I was going to travel alone. And I got this cruise like in August, right after the one that I went to. You know, Patricia, when I was at the Hollywood Expo, sorry, folks, I'm all over the place. When I was at the Hollywood Expo, it was very easy for me to go up to people. You're on a cruise, though. And when I was there in August, and Patricia, I get you, and I appreciate. I'm listening. If people talk to me, I talk to them, but I don't. Because we were doing a program in Las Vegas. We were at Binion's, and we were doing a live program. And as people were walking the casino, I went up to them. We were doing a sports program, and we were live. And I'd go up, and people got angry. So I'm on vacation. Leave me alone. So I kind of flinched a little bit, and I kind of got away from that. Granted, yes, it was not at a convention, but I kind of withdrew on doing that. But I never thought about that, Patricia, and I thank you interviewing them. That is really funny. I had not thought about that. And I appreciate that, Patricia. You're very kind of saying that I'm good at interviewing. I don't think I am. I just like to talk to people. And what a hypocrite. See, when I'm in control of my universe, oh my God, Patricia, there's a lot of lights going on right now. It's like I'm having epiphanies left and right. I am good at talking with people when it comes to interview. Forgive me, I'm not trying to be stuck up right now. Very few of you who are in here know. Patricia knows, Lethal knows of the history of NDB Media. We've been on air since 2008. Because of Patricia and others, I've had the privilege of speaking to authors, people in movies, television, politicians, athletes, doctors, astronauts, adventurers. And I'm in my garage. I consider myself fortunate, the people that I've been able to speak to. Patricia's been in on a few of those interviews too. And I consider it a privilege. I'm trying to get Patricia to come back to my network. But I know she works at another website. And that guy despises me passionately. Your boss, Patricia, I don't know what I did to him. I believe it's a political bent. but your guy just has nothing for me. I've reached out to him but I've heard him and I'm like, oh, it's a political thing. So I kind of backed off because I didn't want to create a problem. But yeah, it's okay. I'm not angry at him. It's like, wow, I was lucky to be associated with the website, but it's yeah, it is what it is. But it's all good. It is all good. I've been privileged to meet people from around the world, folks. I have spoken to astronauts, shuttle pilots, and stuff like that. Well, we have done programs together. It's very kind of you to say that. I'm going to share a story with you that I don't even think Patricia. Actually, I think Patricia does know this. In 2009, I was assaulted at work, a drunk employee, and I got hurt on the job, obviously for being assaulted. And I was out for a year and a half. And when I was out, people thought I was faking. They thought I'm like, dude, come on, get over it, whatever. And it took me a year and a half to 2 years to be able to return. There was a cat that came to visit with us. He was a street cat. He was an old man. My daughter named him Cobalt. And we had him for a year. And when I became a pariah, my family thought I was faking because they couldn't see the bruises. They couldn't see what I had to endure. And this old man, this big cat, was my companion for a year. And he became very ill at the very end and he ran off. And I was crushed because for a year I had a friend, I had a companion. Didn't judge me. He stayed with me. And on my Facebook page, there are images of him. This happened 12 years ago, and I still miss that one cat. When I didn't have people who believed in me, I had this old man show up and spend time with me. And that cat got me through, along with other people. And when he died, I changed my profile pic to him, and a lot of people knew what had happened because they knew he was ill also. And when we found out that he passed away, Patricia herself knew I was crushed. I was done, dude. And she posted. She says something to the effect of, and I remember this. Roger, if it's true what you said, that this old man lived on the street his entire life, in the last year of his life, he didn't have to forage for food. He didn't have to drink water from gutters. He had a home. I never forgot that, Patricia. And I remember it regularly. And I tell that story. I don't think I've ever told you that, Patricia. And I miss that boy. Because when he passed away, I wanted to be there. So I don't know why I got to it, but Patricia and I have known each other for a while. I'm glad that we met in person. It was 2009 or 2010. She was traveling and she was down here for a convention, I believe, or a gathering. and she met with one of the actors from Battlestar Galactica. Do you remember his name, Patricia? He was a secondary character, and he was working on something other than Battlestar Galactica. And you were sitting on the end of the table in front of him. My daughter, Jima, was sitting right next to him, and I was right next to her. And I remember he told a dirty story, and my little daughter didn't even get that. It was hilarious. Yeah. He was in throughout the entire series. I'll show you a picture of him. We interviewed him, and he was cool. He was absolutely awesome. And I'm just trying. He was a secondary character. He was there throughout the entire run of the new Battlestar Galactica. But it was also because of Patricia that we also interviewed Tyrell, the chief from the series. And I remember you had something to do with arranging that one, Patricia. But I know that was also wormholewriters.com. I know we got in trouble with Christian Shire because he was swearing on the interview. That was funny. I'm looking to the Battlestar Galactica cast. I'm trying to see an image of him. Like I said, he's a secondary character. And I don't see him. Yeah, maybe I should go to imdb.com and check it out right there. And I believe he'll show up. Let me see. Battlestar Galactica. So anyway, but that's where Patricia and I met in person that one time, and I still remember that. Okay, here's imdb.com, and I'm sure he's going to show up right here. Okay, the stars. No, I'm looking for cast. There's okay, top cast. There's over 99 in Battlestar Galactica. That's crazy. So I don't remember his name. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Of course, yeah, that was a fun time. We also spoke to Richard Hatch. He was great. He was absolutely awesome. I'm looking for the person right now. Maybe I should put my glasses on. Here is the site I'm looking at imdb.com, so you guys can see. Oh, is that him? Charlie Connor, Ryan Robin. Yes, I think that's him. Patricia, it was, wasn't it? That's the gentleman that we were interviewing. Right there at the hotel next to LAX. Yes, Ryan Robbins. Yep. Dude, he was a lot of fun, man. And I remember he told us a dirty story. Well, it was a little right next to my little daughter. I don't think was a teenager yet, but she was so blasé listening. Anyway, Ivan Spankalot, thank you. I know it is late, and I got way off topic, and I do apologize, but we will be returning. If you do catch the rest of this program, I'm going to be talking about some other ways, pickup lines and stuff. But yeah, that was one of them. Thank you, Ivana Spankalot. Thank you for spending time. Yes, they are, John. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. But now you know that story, Patricia. That one post, I still talk about it. I still do. About that cat. His name was Cobalt. He ran off to die because he was going to die, and he didn't want to stay with us. Animals do that. So, Ivana Spankalot, because I didn't want to destroy his life. I didn't want to just, and I lost everything because of it. But anyway. So I talked about last week the signs of attraction, the interest, the positive, the neutral, curiosity, and how to respond. So I have another one which I looked up, which is right here. If a girl looks at you, does it mean she's interested in you, or is it simply staring? Eye contact or looking can mean many things. Contact and behavior patterns determine whether it's interest or simple staring. These are the clear signs of signals to interpret. Repeated eye contact that returns after brief breaks. She looks away, or she looks away, then looks back. Smiling while looking. I don't get those, but I do get the continual responses. Prolonged but soft gaze paired with open body language. That's what I was talking about. When I was on the ship, the girls had open body language. But because of my damaged psyche, I'm like, nope, it's not me. It definitely is not me. It's something else. I couldn't believe it. And yet some of the signals were there. But then it's like, I don't know. They could just be lounging right there. But some of the signals, now looking back, were like, pendejo. I don't know the vibe I was giving off. I know I was trying to be on my best, but she'd only been gone for days. So I know there was some vibe. And then I'm sitting in the chair in the lounge area on the Firenze. Should I show you guys what the ship looked like? Yeah. The Firenze. Carnival Firenze. So you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Here's images of the Carnival Firenze. Oh, there it is. There's the atrium. Okay. Check it out. Okay. Let's see. I know it's a small image and I apologize, but look. This is the atrium of the ship. It's a multi-level. It's 1, 2, 3 floors right here. I think this is deck 4 or 5 when you get in, one of these. But anyway, I was seated in one of these chairs looking this way, and someone would sit behind that railing right in front of me. It was crazy. And then this railing, someone put their arms right next to me looking at their phone. I could hear them breathe. They're like right next to me, and I didn't move. That's how stupid I was. You don't know unless you approach. Then if you get nowhere, consider yourself an actor auditioning. Patricia, I'm probably going to have to do that. But this was a Firenze that I was bored in August, and I was alone. I was genuinely alone on the ship. First time I didn't meet anyone on the ship that I didn't know, and I didn't go with anyone. But I knew I was going alone. I've taken 2-3 days, 1 4-day, and now a 5-day. Well, in January, I'll be on an 8-day because I do like being on. I like cruising. So it was a nice ship. I will say I had a king bed on the ship. Now I'm going to be on a twin. So we'll see. But it was cool. But I have an inboard cabin. So there's no window. There's no balcony, obviously. So it was not. The ship was okay. There was enough to do on the ship. Let me see if I can pull up this picture. Can I? Nope. Doesn't want to. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Once or twice I went out late at night to watch the movie because there's this middle deck right here underneath this walkway that there's a lot of places to sit and you can watch a lot of the movies. Do I know Barry Campbell? Doesn't sound very familiar. But this was a fun ship to be on. The one that I'm going to be on now is the Carnival Panorama. So it's a big ship. There it is. Carnival Panorama ship. And I don't think I've been on this one yet. But there she is. It looks, they've got the big old water slide. So yeah. The Firenze is not too different from this one now that I think about it. But there's stuff to do. You can, hang out the side of the ship on those things. The pools, the jacuzzis are nice. This is probably smaller than the Firenze. Firenze had a bigger butt, for lack of a better word. But I'm looking forward to seeing this one. We'll see. Are there any other images about this ship that are bigger? Let's see, Carnival Panorama. Yeah, I'm going to be up here somewhere on this level. Actually, no, I think I'm up. I think this might be deck 13, 12, 11. I'm going to be around here. So, where's it cruising? It's an 8-day cruise. It's going to go to Cabo, La Paz in Baja California, Mazatlan in the mainland, and I believe Puerto Vallarta. So Puerto Vallarta is the first one, then Mazatlan. It's going to go across the bay, La Paz, and Cabo. 4 days at sea, 4 days in port. Yeah, this is a ship, Panorama. Wow. They have the big old screen right there, so that's going to be kind of cool. Yeah, and I'm leaving Long Beach. But yeah, that's the ship. So we'll see. Next year in January, you're funny, Patricia. I don't know. With the security situation that's over there, I don't know in Mexico. But next year in January, there's a 15-day cruise that leaves Long Beach all the way down to Santiago, Chile, I believe. It's a one-way. That's a lot. There's like 8 or 9 days at sea. So I would be interested in checking out that one of these days. But that is the ship. This is what the cabin's going to look like. It's an indoor cabin. Wow. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, that's going to be it right there. Which I'm cool with, because as I said, guys, I'm looking forward to this trip, but I'm looking forward to travel. And knowing that I have a travel companion now, this is really exciting for me. I'm not going to be going alone, for lack of a better word, because in 2024, I traveled alone. I went lots of places. Granted, when I went to Washington, D.C., I met up with someone else, and I know Michael Day. He was kind enough to tolerate me for a little while in May. In July, I went to visit with some of her family in Fort Worth. I was there for about 4 days. It was hot during July. Oh, it was horrible. I need to find a balcony and hang out with the pina colada. See, that's another thing, guys. I don't drink all that much either. So I am looking for someone to spend time with. I am looking at. They don't have. I'm going to go. I'm going to be on a ship. I'm probably going to get, the 2 people per stateroom again. Hey, we'll see. We may not be able to get along. The most time that we've spent together is 6 hours. There's a significant age difference. So I'm going to be on my best behavior. I'm going to try to be understanding, and she's a good person. But if it turns out that we can travel together, damn, we were going to go to Switzerland this year, but something happened on a personal level on her end, so she wasn't able to do that, and that's fine. You're funny. You're funny. That's why I'm not buying any sodas. And I have to watch what I have. Unfortunately, you're funny, Patricia. I have to watch what I have. Soda will have me problems now. So I don't know. But we are up in the sauna section of the ship, and I'm looking forward to it. And she already purchased a sauna package for us. The day we get aboard, we have an hour and a half Swedish massage. I've never had anything like that. It costs a lot of money. So the thing about her not paying, she's paying, she's contributing, which I really think is cool. So I'm hoping to go to Europe next year. I'm hoping to go with her. We'll see how this goes. But thank you. I've mentioned this on air that I am looking for a travel companion, and I will go. I don't have to stay at home anymore, and I don't want to. But I am traveling more. I'm checking out different. I have not been to Canada. I have flown over Canada on my way to Anchorage. Well, actually, I didn't. I flew over the Pacific. And what killed me was it was in the middle of the night, and I was on the left side of the plane, so everyone had their window shades down, so I couldn't look to see. It was at night. The plane took off at 7 p.m. and we got there at midnight, so it was almost a red eye. But along the way, I couldn't see the coast of Canada, and that kind of bummed me. And coming back as well, it was all dark. I think I was on the other side, so I was on the side of the Pacific. Yeah, someone brought that to my attention, and I think I mentioned that last week, that, you know what? I wasn't expecting her to pay. Believe it or not, it really wasn't. But she immediately purchased a spa for both of us, a massage, which like I said, I've never had. And she was kind enough, John, to purchase a dinner. Because if you've ever been on a cruise, you will never starve, guys. And when you think of what I'm paying, $1,200 for 8 days, that doesn't cover the food, much less the hotel. That's crazy as to how inexpensive it is. And I consider myself fortunate that I'm able to do that. I wasn't able to cruise. Well, I went on two cruises with my significant other in 2017 and 2018. And I loved it. I think she did as well. But like I said, my youngest got sick. We were leaving Ensenada, and you have not lived, folks, until we were on the Cardinal Imagination, and we were looking back towards Ensenada, and you could see the horizon. It was about 6 p.m. at night, and the city was lit. It was getting dark. We're at the very top of the ship. There was a golf course up there, miniature golf. And I looked back to see Ensenada, and all of a sudden, you have to imagine this. I'm looking at the horizon. You can see the city, yellow lights, white lights, whatever. And all of a sudden, the ass end of the ship came up. Like, what? That's not right. It's not right. And then you see it go down. Because remember, you're on the ship. So as the ship pitches and rolls, you're going along with it. But when you're looking back on the horizon and you see the boat's end break the horizon and block your view, that's not right. I'm sorry if I'm yelling, guys. I'm sorry. But you have not lived till you've seen that. And it's crazy. Now, I did take a video, and I'm going to get to it right now, when I was on the Imagination. And I have to tell you guys, that was worth the price of the trip itself. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go to that video right now. So I do love taking tons and tons of pictures. This one was in October of 2017, I believe it is. No, that's too early. Okay. I was on the USS Iowa in November, so I guess we went in December. Okay. I was at the very top of the ship, the Imagination, Let me show you guys right now, and I'll find the video. Here's the ship in dock. And this is what I'm talking about. At the very top, this ship is gone. It's already been scrapped. Were you thinking Titanic? No, it's just strange. So at the very top of the deck, there's this windshield, and there's a miniature golf course right up here. But you can walk around. I don't know if you can make it out right here, and come out to the front of the ship. So you are in front of this wind shade, for lack of a better word. And you, okay, here it is. I think this is it. This is the panorama, funny, that I took. You see, being in front, all the way from the left over to the right. But check this out. Let me know if you actually hear the sound. Here's the video. This itself was almost the price of the ticket. This is just unreal. This was on December 9th at 9:34 a.m. out in the middle of the Pacific. See the wind. You hear it constantly. Oh, look, there she is. That was her. I don't know if you guys saw that. See, that's her right there. The wind is I doubt you can see them in the distance, but those are the islands off the coast of California. The Catalina Islands. Santa Cruz, Santa Isabel, Santa Catalina. I actually knew their names. Wow. Just look at that, guys. It's just amazing. Out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Being there was almost the price of ticket. We're heading north at that moment. Yeah, it's not gonna do anything. There's a rainbow. Wow. So the islands over there, just unreal. This is my view right here. No, I was not thinking that. And Patricia, I don't know how to swim, mind you. I don't. I'm dead if something happens. But being out there, you're looking off into the horizon. You're feeling the wind. Yes, you can hear the ship, but it's just unreal. You're looking off into the expanse of the Pacific Ocean, and there's nothing but water. Was I scared? Yeah, a little bit. But I believe in technology, so I'm okay with that stuff. Based on the waves. Yeah, see, we were having at us. Wow. Yeah, do you see how the waves are coming at us at an angle? Turning to the left. Yeah. I don't know if you can determine that. The waves are coming at us from northwest direction. Well, yeah. What it looks like. The wind is out of the north. It was absolutely crazy, guys. So we're cutting into the waves at an angle. It was absolutely unreal being there for that, and the views. See, this was at 5:14 in the evening. It's just, they're priceless, absolutely priceless. And this was from the very top of the ship. Now, once it goes dark, and you're on the side of the ship, like on one of the walkways, it's inky, or it's not even inky dark, it's just pitch black. It's just black. And looking out, knowing you can't see anything, oh man, that is frightening. That is scary. Yes. Now, out there in front, it wasn't bad. But when it gets dark, oh, it is frightening. But I don't go out there all the time. So we'll see. And, well, since I'm a travel companion now, I got to get past all of that. But I tell you, it was absolutely gorgeous. And it was incredible. See, now we're back in dock at 8:39 a.m. We're about to get off the ship. That's the Queen Mary right there. So it is neat. That's where the Spruce Goose used to be. Yeah. It was an experience. Absolutely incredible. Yep, this is at 8:40 a.m. Everyone's about ready to leave the ship. Yeah. That was only a 3-day. It was a weekend cruise. But it was good. It was fun. And see, here's what I'm talking about. This is at 5:20 p.m., Puerto de Ensenada. Okay, I guess I did take a picture. But no, it's further out. Okay, is this a live shot? I forget. Yeah, we're still in port at that moment. Yeah, I did not get a picture of what I'm trying to explain to you guys, where you're looking at the horizon and then you see the ascent of the ship just block your view. It's like, it's not right. It's not for everyone. It can be difficult. But I can go on a cruise, and do I think I could meet someone? Yes. My companion that's going with me, oh my God, they're going to hit on her. She is attractive. She's very attractive in any which way. I don't have to worry about her. I am definitely not going to be her wingman. I'll probably ruin it for her. But that's why I'm the one that benefits. So it's all good. I just that's Ensenada at 2:34 in the afternoon. It was really nice being on that ship, I got to tell you. Oh, that's something else. This is the moment we got aboard the ship. I took this picture, sent it to my coworker, saying I got on because there was an issue with my ID, but I got aboard the ship. We were offered the drinks, and right away we got taken for like $10. It's like, what the heck? So this is in Long Beach. We hadn't left yet. Okay, now we have. This is the next day, December 8th at 6:50 in the morning. We're pulling into Ensenada. Yep, there it is. And then we finally docked. I think we were still cruising in at 6:50 in the morning, and by 8 o'clock we were docked. It was really nice. It was cool being able to go there. But anyway, that was that cruise. Did I take a lot of pictures in August? I think I did. I went again in January because it was ridiculous, guys. They offered us an unreal package. Hey, you guys want to cruise again? We're like, hell yeah. And we did. I didn't take too many. Oh, yeah. It was, check this out. There's a lot of movement. Check the horizon. We had 10 to 12 foot swells. The boat was rocking. My youngest did get sick. Yeah, that was crazy. You really can't tell that. Well, yeah. Can you see the change in perspective? That was crazy. And then look, check this out. Look at that weather. So we had a window view. Look at the water. That was roiling water. That was 10 to 12 foot swells. It wasn't fun. But the drinks weren't rolling over or anything, but they were, there were times that you had to hold on. There were times where I'm like, man, this has got to stop. So we had rough weather the last 2 days, but it was still an absolutely gorgeous experience. I love doing it. And as I said, I've been on a 2-day, a 3-day. No, I'm sorry. I've been on 2 3 days. I've been on a 4-day. I've done a 5-day, which is the one I did in August. And then I'm now doing an 8-day. So let's see. Here are my pictures in August. Yeah. See, I'm on the Firenze here.
2 hours or so.
Look at that. The fog
it's
coming in, man. That was crazy.
The ship keeps sounding its horn.
Yeah, you could hear them sound their foghorn. It was loud. And it was a little bit intimidating. See, we went from Long Beach to Cabo San Lucas, and then we finished off in Ensenada and came back on this 5-day. So it was cool. I took pictures as we went along. This is the camera view from the top. It was kind of neat. Took a lot of pictures. I'm actually on that middle deck, the one that I talked about. This is as we're approaching Cabo San Lucas. There's a lot of construction. Okay, there's Cabo San Lucas. All the hotels. This pilot boat, actually, this is northwest of Cabo San Lucas. This pilot boat came aboard at 9:04, and then there's the famous rocks of Cabo San Lucas, which is wow. It was amazing. And I believe this is where we're docked. And all the water taxis came up and they would take us ashore. And I did go ashore and it was nice. I'd never been to Cabo San Lucas. I will be there again. And that's from one of the water taxis. Just give you an idea how huge that ship is. That's the Firenze. And I believe I'm leaving the ship. Oh, yeah. Because this is Cabo San Lucas. So I was in a restaurant. Man, that food was good. Oh, it was Taqueria Miserape. My mom took a ship from Montreal to London just after the war. She got seasick. A sailor came up to her and told her not to worry. They were only a mile from land. She got excited and said, "Where? He laughed and replied, "Straight down." Oh, crap. Oh, man. That's bad. There are some of the animals, stuff that you see on the ship. I think I liked that drink, Kiss on the Lips, unfortunately. That was a good drink. Do I have a picture of it? Oh, every day they had a different thing. Oh, this was so cool, guys. I can't play it for very long because it has music, but I think this was the last day in the morning or the day before. They celebrated everyone who was aboard the ship, and they did it to Canan's Raise the Flag.
Please put your hands together, make some noise, show some love, throw a child, do something, all right? Show your appreciation to your crew members. They're going to be walking down here.
So this took about 6 minutes.
But one more time.
And they had every flag representing the crew.
Every single, your crew members, they work every single day.
Yes,
12, 13, 14 hours for 6 months, no days off, to make sure you have the best time.
This was a bit emotional because the song is awesome.
Get it back to the crew members. Write it down their names in the survey. So important. And another thing is, we have got over 6,000 people on this ship right now.
6,000.
From over 65 different nationalities. We have different backgrounds, different accents. The color of our skin is different. And we are getting along so well here. Amen. Now, if you can do that on a cruise ship, we can do that in real life too, right? So once you get going back home tomorrow, after tomorrow, you're gonna go back home.
This was cool.
Keep the same energy. Keep respecting each other, respecting the differences, and keep lighting up this world. Let's be the ones who's gonna change this world. All right. Now
here we go.
We're gonna walk down here. So as soon as you see your incredible crew members, you give them a shout. Oh, there's a lot of flags here. I had to call.
You hear the song? Okay. That's Canan raising the flag.
Now, take your time. Look at that.
This was cool.
The very first flag coming down this way is Guyana. Look at that, Papacito. And right over this side, we have the United Kingdom. And right over here, we have Croatia.
Anyway, this went for about 6 minutes. And I'm worried about getting a hit for the copyright strike. But it is cool. It was neat. this was a highlight. Everyone went out of the way to make sure that we were having a good time, but I was going through, having lost my mom, but I was eternally grateful that I was able to go. And believe it or not, I saw this painting and it really hit home. This is Lilo and Stitch. My mother loved that movie and I watched it with her numerous times. It was really cool. This is part of the main deck where they have all these different paintings. You could buy them. It was just unreal, the prices. Where was this? Oh, this was coming into Ensenada at 6:12 in the morning. I am at another level, but I am outside. I'm not in my cabin. But yeah, we pulled in a port, and there's another Carnival ship that was at that one could have been the Panorama. Yeah, I think that's the ship I'm going to be on. That's the Panorama. That's the Firenze, which is an Italian ship that they had, which they converted it. See, here was one of the cathedrals. This is the Cathedral de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe in Ensenada. She had been here, and I followed her. It was one of those little connections. It's actually a nice cathedral for being as old as it was. It was really amazing. And so it got a tad emotional. I want to ask everyone's forgiveness. I really went off track on this one, but I am going to be doing those other programs as I mentioned. And we didn't really do the dating and relationships as much today. But I am looking forward to being able to do them in the future. It's just from January through April, I'm busy. But we are going to be reviewing Star Trek Starfleet Academy on Saturday nights. Patricia, you are more than welcome to join us if you would like. And we are also going to be reviewing on Monday nights. So Monday Night America, I don't know where it's going to be. We're going to be reviewing A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Patricia, you are more than welcome to join us if you would like to be a guest host. And we are always opening up the mics to everyone and anyone that wants to join us. And we're going to be doing this forever. So I'm sorry I got off track, but I thank everyone that joined me. I have one more program to do, which will be Monday night, and we're going to do a review of 2025, things that happened, and be a trip down memory lane. Will this office be clean by then? No, but it will be clean by January. But actually, it may be. And I can give you guys a boring tour of my executive office suite. But there's 4 workstations in the garage here, and kind of proud of it. It's really kind of cool. I fancy myself, Patricia, as creating my own Star Trek TV show right here in the office. It'd be some sort of administrative bureaucracy TV show, maybe like some junkyard, which is kind of funny. I could be Clem Dokachin from that Starfleet, that yard that had all those ships. Galar 2 or something like that. Clem Dokachin. Dokachin. He was the quartermaster. Who knows? We might be able to do something like that. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for joining me. I want to wish you all well. And guys, if it's an issue of not having money, come over to Jedi.talks. We talk about changing your perspective. We talk about just thinking differently on how to put more money in your pocket. There's so many ways. And even if you're not able to do it right away because of credit, we can get you to that point where we can fix that so you can get rid of your debt. It really doesn't matter how much you earn. It's what you do with it. And if you're carrying a lot of debt, as John mentioned, living within your means, that's how you do it. So, and if it's not having money right now, guys and girls, let's do what we need to do so we can have money, so we can go out and we can meet people. I am looking to hear from all of you, and I thank you all. If I was able to share anything with you, then great. I look forward to it. And if at all, we have a place to get together and we can talk things through and we can learn from each other. That's my hope. But I thank everyone that joined me this evening, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again real soon. But I am going to be off air after Monday for about 2 weeks. I do need time. So, and I'm going to be detached too. If you follow me on Facebook, I have my public page and my personal page. If you want to make friends on Facebook, the image, my profile pic, is of me in Alaska, in Homer, Alaska, of all places. So I'll talk about that another day. But for now, folks, and John, I did get your comment earlier about the appearance scene. I didn't comment about it, but thank you. It's all good. It's hard to tell someone else that, and I thank you for that. Everyone else, I am sincere in wanting everyone to do well, both on this type of a program and on the financial one as well. We can do it. Sometimes we can do it on our own. Sometimes we can do it together. But the thing I want to impart with you on is take care of yourself first. Pay yourself first. And then handle what you need to handle. But if you want to know a little bit more about that strategy, which is probably a Roger strategy, visit me over on Jedi Tax Online. My last episode was about the One Big Beautiful Bill. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate all of your comments. I may not have commented on all of them, but I did read them, and I will be reading all of them. I hope that we all get to make it to April 5th, 2063, and we're all in Bozeman, Montana. And we'll see. I appreciate that, John. You too, man. Thank you. We all are. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace always, and let's make sure we get to Bozeman, Montana on April 5th, 2063. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace!